I'll go to Ahmed Al Barwani. Ahmed Al Barwani is the CEO of Noor Manufacturing and Trading, which is actually Oman's largest pipe manufacturer, and they've been here for the last 47 years. Ahmed, the other day I was reading, I think the manufacturing sector has a bigger role in our economy. I think it has contributed last year somewhere around 12% to the GDP. I'm sure, like everyone, the last 2 years was not easy for you. The supply chains were cut, I was believed. How was that journey, the last 2 years, and how did you kind of, move out of the whole chaos created by the pandemic? And how is the situation now in the manufacturing sector?
Thank you, Nishad. Yes, it's been a roller coaster, literally, for the manufacturing sector, where you see things are not making sense. Supply chain were affected. Oil prices went down really low, but then raw materials went really high. It was any textbook business challenges that you can imagine. We saw it in the last 2 years. We had issues in getting raw materials from outside the country. We had issues, of course, on the logistic costs. Our prices, like everybody else, increased. Our costs increased by at least 30 to 40%. We saw actually materials or raw materials that saw heights didn't even see for the last 20 years. It went to double or triple. We depend a lot on the petrochemical industry, and we also depend a lot on the projects that the government or even the countries are actually doing. It was a time of uncertainty, so you didn't even know what you should do. Shall I buy raw materials and make sure that I have enough stock, but then I don't have projects, so I will not have liquidity. So that balancing of that one challenge was a major headache. The other challenge in the manufacturing industry was for the manpower and the expats, even the locals. How you're going to protect them first, because it's a labor-intensive sector. How you're going to make sure that people are protected from outside factors and also inside factors. The way that we actually work on a daily basis, we're going to need to meet face-to-face. That was also a challenge. But in Noor, we were blessed. We started, number one, our digitalization journey since 2018. Our decision to go online we took it in like half an hour. We were ready. We started our online journey. We started our working from home journey. Once we started to see the COVID cases in Oman. We also went to our basics, like the compounds where we have our employees sitting on, and we made sure that we had everybody protected. So we operate at least, and we serve the nation and our clients on time. And we managed to do that despite the fact that we actually lost around 40 days last year due to the massive first wave and the confusion that happened. But we managed and we succeeded to overcome that in 2020. And
40 days without production?
40 days. Yeah, that's around $5 million in my math. So, but we managed to go beyond that. Actually, a fun fact about Noor, I'm not really sure about the other industries. We managed 2020 without a zero penny from the banks. We just financed ourselves, which was, for us, it's a really fantastic achievement. It was really a hard year. But it brought us as a team together. It just brought ideas. We barely, some days we didn't even have raw materials, but we managed to sell other things and other services to overcome that. We learned how to be accountable as a team. And we looked at the silver lining of that challenges. We actually came and we invested in new products and new challenges that our clients were looking for some time, but in the busy days, it was never a priority. But in the low days, alhamdulillah, we managed to do that. And this is helping today our clients to save their costs, because we are giving them things that will actually save them their costs. Things are looking better. Hopefully the new variant not gonna affect us. I think it's just a small panic wave. But looking at the whole market overall, the whole the whole world. Everything is just going, inshallah, green. It will always have, it's a small cycle. It's not the big impact that we saw in 2015 as yet. So maybe small cycles of a little bit panic, but then everybody wants to go back to reality and to work and to contribute to his economy. So I see the manufacturing sector. Last year, yes, it was around 12%. I believe this year we should close around 14%. And the converters, especially us, we had the biggest growth between last year and this year, around 40% year-on-year increase in our GDP to the country. So things are just going in the right direction, inshallah.